Hey guys and gals, Xavier here for Hum of the Earth, signing in from San Cristobal. I'm just taking a little hike right now in the hills right behind the Orchid Garden that's just outside of San Cristobal. So I'll be doing a separate video of the Orchid Garden, but in this video, excuse me, I'll be talking about my favorite places that I've been in Mexico. So I've bicycled through Mexico, kind of doing the center, west coast, center, west coast, kind of zigzagging like that throughout the country. 13 different states, big cities, small towns, tourist areas, completely non-tourist areas as well. So, alright, so the first place I'm going to talk about is the city of Guanajuato in the state of Guanajuato. So, Guanajuato. Why I chose this place is that it really kind of gives you like the vibe of being in a really popular European town. When people think of colorful towns kind of nestled in the mountains, most people would think of somewhere in Europe like Italy or something, but this Guanajuato gives you that. And for an American or Canadian, it's a lot cheaper to go to Mexico for the the flight, and it's a lot shorter, and the trip itself is going to be a lot cheaper, and you can get a pretty similar visual experience. And walking the streets of Guanajuato definitely is an experience. The architecture is amazing. And if you just love cities that have all kinds of changes of elevation, and there's like tunnels that take you from the different levels of the city, so it's a really beautiful city, very colorful.
I want to leave, and I was like, oh really? Okay, now I get it.
A lot of cool coffee shops, restaurants, and terraces where you can just sit and just kind of enjoy the beauty of it all. The town, not sure if it's like a town or a city, I think it's a town, is a college town. So that means that there's a lot of kind of youthful, artsy kind of weirdness. There's also pretty decent nightlife, so there's a lot of bars and stuff like that if you're interested in going out and partying. So the next place I want to talk about is the small beach town of San Pancho Nayarit. So this is about an hour's drive north of Puerto Vallarta, which is one of Mexico's most popular tourist destinations. But one of the reasons why I recommend San Pancho, or why I like San Pancho more than Puerto Vallarta, where I also spent some time, was that it was just less crowded, more relaxed, more kind of a less touristy, a little bit more of an authentic experience, and it's just really beautiful. Walking the streets from a hostel to the beach, there's lush vegetation everywhere, lots of cool shops and restaurants. Just everyone there is just really relaxed, and there's just a great vibe. There's also a beautiful beach that's also good for just chilling out, or for exploring. So you can, if you really want, even though the beach isn't that crowded, if you really want to be completely alone, if you kind of do a little bit of hiking over the kind of the cliffs and stuff like that, you can be completely alone, at least when I was there. Today, the south side. So the next place, also on the coast, is the quote-unquote Pearl of the Pacific, Mazatlan, Sinaloa. So Mazatlan has everything that you would want from a coastal destination. That is big, beautiful beaches that you can enjoy actually by walking on the Malecon, which is the Mexican word for boardwalk. So they have a huge boardwalk that like spans like the entire town from one end to another. So great for walking or going for a run. It's also great for food if you want to enjoy seafood and some cervezas. All the kind of restaurants and everything are like across the street from the Malecon, so you're just looking out in the ocean. So you can have a cerveza and enjoy a jaw-dropping Pacific Coast sunset. And what's pretty amazing about Mazatlan is that despite its lack of drawbacks, it's very inexpensive. It's one of the cheaper beach towns in Mexico that you'll find, which is pretty cool. So while I was in Mazatlan, I really enjoyed the boardwalk that I just mentioned, hanging out in the historic center, which has you know, some kind of more high-end restaurants and just really nice buildings and architecture to just walk around, and as well a big market. But the thing I think I enjoyed the most about Mazatlan was actually my hike up El Faro. So in Mazatlan you have beaches, but you also have like kind of cliffs where the water just kind of runs into the cliffs, and that's kind of spectacular in its own way. But so El Faro means lighthouse, so it's a hike up there, and you get an amazing view of Mazatlan, as well as just kind of the coast in general.
Se le doblan las rodillas canillitas y
So that was a pretty special moment for me, and one of the reasons why I put Mazatlan on this list. So I actually have a video of me hiking at El Faro if you're interested. So the next place that I will be talking about is for people that perhaps prefer a kind of mountain retreat than the coast, somewhere cooler. That would be San Jose del Pacifico in the state of Oaxaca. So this is a tiny town way up in the Oaxacan mountains. Definitely not a place for fine dining or high-end shopping. This is more of a place for sitting in a hammock and just enjoying amazing views. Of the mountains, and if it's a clear day, you can actually see the Pacific Ocean from there, which is pretty amazing because it's like 200 kilometers away or something. So it just speaks to how high you really are in the mountains there. And speaking of being high, a lot of people in the summer come to San Jose del Pacifico for a spiritual journey. So because in the mountains of that area there are magic mushrooms that grow naturally there. So that's kind of a reason why, or one of the reasons why some people travel there. Another reason, well, at least that I think that it's worth going to San Jose is that, well, for one, it's very cheap. You can get dorm beds for under 100 pesos when I was there. And also it's a really good location because it's kind of a middle point in between the capital of Oaxaca, also called Oaxaca. And the Oaxacan coast, so places like the really chilled out Mazunte. In Puerto Escondido, which is a world-renowned surfing destination. So it's kind of right in the between of those two places, and you can easily get there with one of the many colectivos, which is a collective taxi van that kind of pass through there every day. So the next place is Puebla, so the city of Puebla and the state of Puebla. So this is a city that's just southeast of the city of Mexico, which had actually kind of disappointed me a little bit. I'm not sure what I was expecting from Mexico, but it really felt like a kind of like a typical big Canadian or American city to me. But I'm Canadian, so maybe someone coming from somewhere else, maybe it would be they would enjoy it more. So I wasn't actually sure if I was going to stop in Puebla, even though it was on the way, because I had heard some less than stellar things about Puebla. But I'm really glad that I did, because it's a beautiful city. There's amazing looking buildings everywhere with really unique kind of tiled walls. So something that I'd never seen before. The city itself also has a lot of great museums. Maybe the best is the Amparo Museum, which I saw and made a video of. So great museum that covers art, archaeology, a lot of cool stuff. And then when you're finished, the museum, there's a terrace, which is the best terrace for seeing the city. So that was a great moment. Yeah, so I ended up staying a week actually in Puebla. So that's kind of a long time for somewhere that I didn't even know if I was going to stop by. Maybe partly because I had met a cute Peruvian girl.
How are you?
All right, so the last place on my list is where I am right now. That is San Cristobal de las Casas, Chiapas. Why I picked this place is because it's very unique in the sense that it has a lot of indigenous people that come here to trade and sell their goods. So these are unique handmade goods, and that like clothing, bags, etc. That they make and that you see them wearing as well. So it's very interesting to see the women especially. They have different dresses based on which town they're from, so that's very cool. You see a lot of different handmade dresses on the women and the girls here. So that's really cool stuff. And the reason why they come here is because San Cristobal is kind of like right in the middle. It's a really good location for all those villages, so that's why they come trade and sell here, which means that San Cristobal is a great kind of location for you to actually go visit these indigenous villages and to see these people and their unique kind of culture, way of life, and language. So most of them don't speak Spanish, which is pretty cool. And yeah, and also the city of San Cristobal itself is also really beautiful. It's surrounded by mountains. One of which I'm hiking right now. And yeah, and also has really awesome pedestrian streets, which are kind of filled with cool shops, cafes, and Chiapas has great coffee, so, and great chocolate as well. So yeah, restaurants as well, and bars and stuff like that.
All the time, so.
And you didn't tell me.
Yeah, I was not sure. Yeah.
Really cool town, really cool vibe. Really enjoyed my time in San Cristobal. Yeah, so so that does it for the places that I think I enjoyed the most in my 4 months in Mexico. I saw a lot more places as well that maybe you would like even more. I visited for 4 months, but I could easily visit Mexico for another 4 months. It's really a country that's dense with you know, cities, parks, towns, you know, ruins, cool things to see everywhere you look in Mexico. So if you have some other favorite places, or if you have questions or anything you want to add, feel free to go in the comment section below the video and just, you know, let us know what are your favorite places in Mexico. And if you're interested in seeing everywhere that I've been and see what I've written about those places and the videos that I made, because, you know, these were my favorite places, but this is a subjective list, so maybe there are some other places that you would find more interesting in Mexico. So if you want to see everywhere I went, I have a map on my website, an interactive map, so you can actually click on the different locations I've been to see what I wrote in the videos. So that would be over on my website, followthehumoftheearth.com. And if you'd like to follow my continuing adventures, that being I'm currently on my first bicycle tour from Canada to Argentina, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on the red button below the video. And yeah, so hope you enjoyed. Hope I was able to provide some information, perhaps for some people looking to go to Mexico, which I definitely recommend. It's a great country. It's not very expensive, great people, great cities, great towns, great geography. So definitely should be on your list of places to travel to. So hope you enjoyed. Have a good one.